What lie do you repeatedly tell yourself? This is a real plan that is going to pan out, and not just wishful thinking. You'll remember that. No need to write it down. Ugh, this one is the worst for me. This is me too. Or after I do write it down, I know I wrote it down somewhere. Where is it? Question mark. Quote. I've got time. Not only do I have no idea how much actual time I have left, each moment that passes, I have even less. Mr. Incredible taught me that I don't have time. As someone who works in an industry with nothing but deadlines, I feel very seen right now. Time is relative. Enjoy it. I'm gonna start getting my shit together next week. Tomorrow. After this full orgasmus you're anytime other than now. I know you can only stop doing something once you're not doing it. And you can never plan to quit even 1 second later. Whether it's a substance, a habit, or a relationship. But application of knowledge is totally different than its acquisition. Tomorrow I'll wake up early and go to the gym this year. I just go to the gym after work so I don't have to wake up early. I'll clean my apartment in an hour. I swear also, I'll go to bed at a reasonable time tonight. I'm not procrastinating. I'm just waiting for the right moment. Can't start something unless it's on the 5 or 10 or quarter hour. Or, fellow procrastinator here, there's an adage which I heard recently that has started to impact my work ethic. It's better to take care of something now when you can, than to have to sacrifice to do it later. Basically, do your work early before you have to sacrifice sleep, health, time, outings, etc. to cram things in last minute. Edit. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. If you wait until the last minute it only takes a minute. Relax, because anything that was supposed to happen will happen when it is supposed to happen. Otherwise it obviously wasn't supposed to happen. I'll wake up early tomorrow. And I'll get to bed earlier tomorrow. Over the last couple months I basically brute forced myself into going to bed a couple hours earlier and waking up earlier. It really has been a major life improvement. I am naturally a chronic night owl, ducking every damn day. I'm a healthy eater. Cake has eggs. It's just eggs with stuff added. Cake is just an omelet. Just one more video before bed. I used to stay up way too late and I realized that looking at screens was the problem. This year it was a vicious cycle of feeling awake and staying up later using the computer. The thing that saved me was getting some blue light filtered glasses for looking at screens. Maybe it's a placebo and they don't really do anything, but I swear I can watch all the rubber ducky prana I want before bed and have no problem going to sleep as soon as I want afterwards. I remember reading some quote or stat that you only have to tell a lie willfully like 3 times before you yourself start believing it. And I remember thinking, well, that's a load of garbage. Fast forward to the present. I'm wearing a boot and crutches after a heel injury. I was on a group trip and we were playing some game where you had to stomp on balloons tied to other team's legs to eliminate them from the game. I went for a balloon while another team's player went for the same balloon and I wound up with my foot power driving into the floor, heel first, resulting in multiple fractures to the heel bone. Well, at least, that's what I told everyone. Truth is that I was trying to stomp a balloon but it popped out of the way as I was stomping it. Glancing blow and I just drove the heel into the ground myself. No other foot stomping me down. That didn't make for his coolest story, and after the first almost reflexive lie of "oh yeah, someone stomped my heel down, that's why I'm limping," I just had to roll with a fake story for the rest of the trip. People would ask me repeatedly, and I'd always tell the same story. Somewhere in the twisting fury of stomps, I had my foot driven into the ground by a wayward opponent. Tough luck. Back home from the trip, I was talking with my orthopedic surgeon who was remarking, "It's a really unusual thing to have a heel fracture in this way after you just stomped the ground," and I told him, "Oh no, it was actually another person who stomped my heel into the floor. So there was more force than just me." It wasn't until I was leaving his office that I had a moment of realization. That wasn't the truth, but I had told it to a doctor privately as though it was. I didn't bend the truth to save face or seem tougher to my doctor. The lie had just become so rote that I'd fallen back on it automatically, even to a medical professional. In the moment, that was the experience I was remembering in my head, and it had never actually happened at all whatsoever. Definitely one of those moments that makes you reflect on how honest you really are. If I could lie about that reflexively and not even realize it, could I be lying to myself about other things equally as unaware? This has happened to me too a few times. I got a ticket for driving on expired tags. It was my birthday 20th and I didn't know tags expired the first day of the month of your B-Day. For some reason I didn't want my friends, family knowing about it. So I lied about it and said I got a ticket for running a red light and it got mailed to me. I swore I made it, and those damned cameras got me. I eventually went to traffic court and I got it dropped and didn't have to pay anything. Years passed and I told it a few more times for some reason until it became the only ticket I ever got. It wasn't until I got pulled over for driving a suspicious vehicle. This is really illuminating, and explains why my mother would so vehemently insist that things happened when other witnesses agreed on a completely different story. My mother thinks up scenarios in her head with her being the victim every time, and now I realize she really believes things happen the way she imagined it. That's why she would so often blame me for saying, doing hurtful things that I never did. If others side with me and confirm I never did those things, she'll usually say she was just joking, or say never mind and flippantly change the topic. What goes around comes around. People will eventually get what they deserve. Edit. Just to elaborate what I mean. This applies both ways, good and bad people. I feel like many of us have some way to cope with how unfair life can be. Religion, spirituality, karma, etc. The brutally logical part of my mind tells me that no, the universe doesn't care and life is eternally unfair and that will never change. But nevertheless, this is a lie I need to tell myself because the alternative is no way to live. One way or another, we all need to believe that good deeds matter. Bad deeds matter. That justice is coming, even as our eyes show us fantastic people suffering and scraping by, and rich assholes living fulfilling lives never truly feeling the consequences of their actions. Seriously, I like to believe karma will get them eventually, or something when people do shitty things, but chances are they'll be able to continue being shitty without issue. Be the karma you want to see. I'm over her, I'm good to move on. Gets text from her at 11 p.m. on a Friday night. Ah shit, here we go again. Yep. And then once you think you're actually good, they hit you up and tear open the wound again. I don't think I'll truly be over her. She was someone that I felt a great connection with. That's rare for me in the romantic side of things. Not only that, but she was genuinely a good person. Kind-hearted and everything. We just had unfortunate timing and distance in our relationship. I'm making changes in my life to focus on certain aspects of my life and doing things differently than what I planned with her. I'll always miss her for sure. But life is life. When you knew that it was over, you were suddenly aware that the autumn leaves were turning to the color of her hair. So I don't know if this helps, but I have a breakup movie marathon. Watch a couple movies where death is rampant. I personally do The Departed, Boondock Saints, and Reservoir Dogs. Then one movie that kind of sends the message of the breakup home. He's just not that into you. I choose that Zero Articulate movie because I think it sends a good message. For example, if they want to contact you, they will. I don't know if there is a good guy movie for that, but as a woman that's my go-to. One of my favorite breakup songs by Blink-182. Better suck up your pride, admit you lost her. Let her go. Move on. Let her go. I'll lose weight. Thank you for watching. Comment, learn. If you have reached this far into the video, have a good day.